In this question, we have to find the nth element in Fibonacci series using recursion. And this question has been asked in EY, KPMG, Accenture, and Sapient. And this is the most common interview questions. And I'm going to show you this question using recursion tree. So please be with me till the end of the video so that you will get to know how to solve this using the recursion tree. Hey guys, welcome to Code Decode. So in this video, we are going to cover Java coding interview questions. Let's jump into the first question. So our first question is we have to check whether a string is isogram or not. So, what is isogram? An isogram is a condition where in a string you have to check there won't be any non-duplicate characters. For example, if you will see in the string code decode, the E is repeating twice, the D is repeating thrice, and the O is repeating twice. So, in this condition, the output would be false. But if you will take one another example, say pen. So in the pen, you won't see any non-repeating characters. So the output would be true, and that word would be isogram. That string would be an isogram. So now let's jump into the coding part. So here we have one function called as is isogram, and it is returning boolean, and it is accepting string as an argument. So what I will do is first I will uh, convert the string into an array. So how we can do is first I will declare char of array ch is equal to s dot to char array. So now I have all the character value, and before that I will also declare one boolean flag, that is isogram, and I will initialize it with true, and for the moment I'm returning it so that this error will get vanished. Okay, now I will initialize one set because I am going to store all this value into a set. So let's initialize one set of character, because as you know set will contain only unique character, and when I am going to loop over this array again and check whether this element is present in this set or not, it will we are going to get whether this string is isogram. So set s is equal to new hash set. So okay, let's name it ch set. Okay, so now I am going to use for each loop, and for that I am going to use c. Okay, okay. So first I'm going to check whether this set contains, so we have one contains matter, whether this set contains a particular set or not. So if it contains a particular set, so I'm going to make this isogram as false, and if not, then I'm going to add this particular character into this set. Ch set dot add. Okay, so in this way I'm going to check whether my string is isogram or not. So let's check it. So here I'm going to call is isogram function, and first I'm going to print code decode, because I know this code decode is not an isogram, so it should print false. So let's see. Okay, so it is printing false. And now let's take an example of pen, because I know the pen is isogram, so the code won't go in this condition. So let's check it. So as you can see, this is returning true. Okay, so now let's jump into second question, and this is the most important question. That is, we have to find the nth element in the Fibonacci series using recursion. For example, let's suppose we have a Fibonacci series, and we have to find the element in the ninth position. So our output should be 34. And this question has been asked in EY, KPMG, Accenture, Sapient, and many more other companies. So now let's see how we can do this. Okay guys, so first let's understand what is Fibonacci series. So Fibonacci series is a series of a number where the next number would be the sum of previous two number. So let's consider a number 0, 0 and 1. So the next number would be the sum of previous two numbers. So 1 and 0 is 1, and the next number would be the sum of previous two number, that is 1 plus 1 is 2, and the next number would be 2 plus 1 is 3, and the next number would be 2 plus 3 is 5, and so on. So in this question we have to find the nth Fibonacci series number. So for example, if n is equal to 6, so we have to find the 6-digit Fibonacci series number. What would be the 6-digit number? So 0 plus 1 is 1, and 1 plus 2, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 3 is 5, so 3 plus 5 is 8. So our output would be 8. So before jump into the coding part, let's understand what is recursion. So recursion is, suppose you have declare one function, and inside that function you are calling the same function again and again. So that's called recursion. Let me show you with the help of example. For example, you have declared public int fib, and inside that you have passed int n, and inside the same function you are calling again fib with some modification, for example n minus 1 and so on. This particular condition is called recursion because you are calling the same function.
We have heard a lot from people in this IT industry that it's very difficult to earn till the age of 60, and hence the retirement age reduces from age of 60 to age of 40. Now the difficulty is that how to earn a lot of money in next 5 to 10 years. So there, we have found few options for you. The first option is that you can geographically shift to another country and earn in the another currency, and hence when you come back to India, the currency in which you have earned is much more valuable than what we have in a INR. So better to shift into another country and earn there. Second option is go into the product based company. Now product based company has a growth phase and a potential to grow constantly, looking to hire a new team members who can contribute and scale their business overnight. Now you'll ask me how to get hired into these product based company. The first option is to go and research for these companies, LinkedIn, Naukri. Sometimes you will get response, sometimes you won't get response. Another option is the Relevel by Unacademy that we are talking about since our last few months. Now Relevel is nothing but a hiring platform that showcases the skills of qualified candidates using the candidate profile. So how do you apply to these product-based companies through Reliable? Simply register to one of the tests on the front end or back end of the business. Use the coupon code and get the 10% discount on the registration fee. Once you qualify for the test, you will get beautiful profile created for companies, and these companies will reach out to you for your interviews. You just sit back at home and relax.
Okay, so now let's understand the Fibonacci recursion logic. So first we will declare one function called public int fib, and inside that function we'll pass one argument, and in this function we have to return the sum of two previous number. So what would be the two previous number? So if the number is n, so their two previous number would be n minus 1 and n minus 2. So what we will do is we will return fib of n minus 1 plus n minus 2. But in this case, the if suppose if the number is 5, so n minus 1 is 4 and n minus 2 is 3, but again it will enter in the same function and it will go on. So at particular point of time it has to be stopped. So for that we have to declare a base condition, and first the base condition will be evaluate, and then on the basis of that condition the next line of code will get executed. So let's see how we can do this. So for timing I'm erasing this code, and I'm like writing proper code. So let's first declare a base condition. So if n is less than equal to 1, then we are going to return n. Else what we will do is we will return fib of n minus 1 plus n minus fib of n minus 2. Okay, so till now we have understood the logic of the recursion for Fibonacci series. Now let's debug this logic and let's draw a recursion tree. So let's take n is equal to 5, and I'm going to make some space here, and here we are going to draw a recursion tree. So first we will take f of 5, and as you can see, First f of 5 will go here and it will break into f of 4 and f of 3. So I'm going to write it f of 4. I will show you why I'm going to write it f of 3 later. And let's take f of 4. So it will going to break f of 3 and f of 2. Obviously it will not go into this condition and it will go into this condition, so it will break into f of 3. Similarly, if f of 3 will go into this function again, it will break into f of 2, and same thing happen with f of 1. So if f of 2 will go, it will break into f of 1. We have already written it, and now it will going to break n minus 2, so f of 0. Similar thing happen with f of 3. It will break into f of 2 and f of 1. With f of 4, it will break into f of 3 and f of 2. And if f of 2 will go into this function, it will going to break into f of 1 and f of 0. Similarly, if f of 5 will go into this condition, this function, so it will break into f of 4. I have already written a tree for f of 4, so it will going to break into now f of 3. So f of 3, and now f of 3 will going, so this tree will get formed. So f of 2, f of 1, and in f of 2 it's f of 1 and f of 0. So now f of 1 will going to replace with 1 and f of 0 will going to replace with 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace all f of 1 and f of 0 with 1 and 0 respectively. So as you can see, I have replaced all f of 1 and f of 0 as 1 and 0 respectively. So now let's, if you will sum 1 and 0, so it will again uh, give you 1. So f of 2 will also going to get replaced by 1. Okay, so now I have replaced all f of 2 as 1. So now I'm going to replace f of 3 as 1 plus 1. So I'm going to replace it 2. Okay, so similar thing happened with f of 4 also, because f of 4 would be 2 plus 1 is 3. I'm going to replace it with, so now if you will see, we will be getting f of 5 as 3 plus 2 as 5. Okay, so till now we have understood the logic of Fibonacci series using recursion, and if you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. Also, please like and share this video, and also subscribe our channel, so it will motivate us to put more videos like this. And if you will talk about mathematically, so I'm going to write this function as f of n is equal to f of n minus 1 plus f of n minus 2. Okay, so that's it for the explanation. So now let's jump into the workspace and code this Fibonacci using recursion. So here first we will going to create one public static function which will going to return us int, and I'm going to name this function as int fib, and I'm going to pass one integer variable. And first we will going to check base condition as I have told you earlier. So if n is less than equal to 1, then we're going to return n, and if this condition will fail, so it will go to else condition. Here we will going to return the summation of two previous number, that is fib of n minus 1 plus fib of n minus 2, and inside the main function I'm going to print this. Let's print fib of 10, so it should return me 55. Okay, so as you can see, it is returning me 55. Now let's take n as 5 and check whether it is giving 5 or not, because we have already taken example of 5. So as you can see, this is already given us 5. Similarly, there is one more common question, that is print all permutation of string in Java using recursion. And if you want me to cover this question also, please let me know in the comment section. Then only I will create a separate video on this. So because time is not permitting, this video is already 12 minutes long. So let's meet in the next video.